This presentation is a simple introduction to the extracellular matrix and some associated diseases. For cells to combine or join together to become a stable tissue, this process requires matrix. Matrix construct the tissue architecture and make cells stable. We know cells is deformable and unstable, so matrix make cells stable and to become a tissue. So even though the matrix is stable, but it's also a dynamic, it's important and to participate in signaling during the development of cells. There is an interaction during the signals between matrix and cell, so the cell is going to be migrating during the development. So we can classify the matrix in two types, basal lamina and the connective tissue. So the matrix found in different places and in different orientations. So it's found in the kidney, in the glomerulus basement membrane as a filter, also in the brains work as the uh, brain blood barrier that prevent the diffusion of some molecules into the brains, also in the epithelial tissue of the intestines and then the skin. So it is found or in the different orientation. For example, in the epithelial tissue, they rest on the matrix basal lamina, and the muscle tissue, the basal lamina surrounding the muscle tissue, like this. So this is basal lamina, is a type of matrix. The main components of the matrix is the collagen, the fibroprotein, and the proteoglycan and glycoprotein. Proteoglycan contains the glycose aminoglycan and is sulfated and has amino acid. Is rich with the negative charge. So the negative charge, the more negative charge in the structure, absorb or attract the water that give the structure rigid. That's important for the protect the structure or from the outside pressure and forces. Uh, the distribution of the components of matrix is differently distributed among the tissue that relies or depend on the stress they face. For example, the matrix in the bone is formed as the salt structure in the cartilage, a semi-salt, and the blood vesicles structure, and the cornea is formed adapt as the transparent structure, and there is structure look like the rope-like in the tendon. And some structure or some tissue that is flexible, so they subjected to the stretch need to recoiling of the stretch in the blood vessel. Viewing from so to understand and illustrate more about the matrix and the components of the matrix, we want to make some analogies. So, for example, in the casting of the concrete, the collagen, it is analog to the rod and the casting in this steel rod. This analog because they resist to the strength. Because we have two forces, tensile forces and compressive forces. So the collagen is analogous to the rod, the steel rod that resists the tensile force. For the ground substances that's made from cement and sand is analogous to the proteoglycan, so resist the compressive forces. There are some pathological disease important to mention in here. So before we go to the disease, we know already that we have two types classified the matrix, two types, basal lamina and connective tissue. Basal lamina, the principal structural components of the basal lamina are laminin and the type 4 collagen. So Alport syndrome is a hereditary kidney disorder. It is a mutation in the gene that produce type 4 collagen. This affect on the filtration in the glomeruli in the kidney. Skin disorder. So there is special collagens called anchoring type 7 collagen. This a mutation, any mutation or genetic disorder that affect the gene that produce this type of the collagen is called blastering in the skin. So in the skin, the epithelial tissue rests on the basal lamina. So the basal lamina rests on the connective tissue. There is anchoring type 7 collagen is like this. So they anchor the basal lamina on the connective tissue. So any mutation or disorder defect in this collagen causes blistering in the skin. Both this layer connected to the plus basal lamina is called basement membrane. The disease that affect or relate to the connective tissue is Mlaghee syndrome. So we already discussed that the matrix is found in the tissue that's subjected to the recoil, stretching and recoiling. They need more elastic fiber. So this disease due to the genetic mutations in the gene that affect the elastic fiber. So this causes Marfan syndrome. So the iota, this it is prone to the rupture in this disease. Osteogenesis due to genetic disorder affected the gene that produce collagen type 1 collagen. This type 1 collagen is very strong, so is found a lot in the bone. So this make any defect in this collagen make the bone weak. The chondrodysplasia is in the cartilage, in the type 2 collagen. So the defect in this type is affect the cartilage.